Understanding the concept. Jnanam means understanding the concept, principles, and buddhi means application of it. Practice what I have to do. So let us do practice of sitting straight. Practice takes a lot of time. Understanding sometimes the concept is comparatively easier sometimes, but practicing it is our sadhana. Just sitting straight is a 50% job done for sadhak. If I'm able to sit straight and still at the body level, the mind has to become silent. So let us keep our head, neck, backbone straight. Energy flow is maximum in this position. Hands locked, feet not moving or hanging. And let us withdraw our mind from all that has happened in the past. Renounce the past, only keeping the learnings with us. And this learning must create happiness at the memory level. Very important sadhana for sadhaks that what is stored in my memory must create happiness. Because from memory, lot of things come in our mind. Let us renounce the future anxieties, worries, present tensions and confusions. If I have present tensions and confusions, current topic is the best to reflect upon how to sharpen the buddhi. Let us withdraw our mind from all past, present, future and focus on the breath. Let us take a slow, conscious, deep breath. We can actually feel the stomach coming out when I inhale, and when I exhale, the stomach goes inside. When mind focuses on any object, it acquires the qualities of that object, that person, that situation. So that is the reason it has been mentioned. Suppose I focus on negative people, those qualities the mind will pick up. So as the breath is always fresh in the present moment, detached, always flowing, unconditional, mind acquires those qualities. Breath has no form, so it becomes formless. Let us invoke God's grace and Guru Parampara's blessings to keep us on this path of happiness and success by chanting loudly so that all other lingering thoughts vanish when we chant loudly and absorb into sound vibrations.
सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। गजाननं भूतगणातिसेवितं कवित्तजम्बूफलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम् सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम्
Hari Om. Thank you, Lata Rajshekar ji. So, the concluding chapter, concluding important message from Lord is renounce. Don't hold on to anything because nothing belongs to you. Everything belongs to me. Me means God. Three levels of renunciation Lord has given. Level number 1, practice renouncing anxiety for the result or fruit of action, because that is not in our hand. God has mentioned that human beings are given only one adhikar, one choice, one control. Only one in this entire universe. That is, focus on your own thoughts, your own actions. No other control Lord has given to us about rain, about sun. So we did not talk about all those things which are not in control. This is a very important aspect of how to drop. What is in my control? Suppose I start discussing it, talking about it, lot of things can change. Second level, drop like dislikes, kamya karma. Level number 2, vividisha sannyas. I can also practice renouncing, discussing, talking, thinking about problems, because the moment we meet somebody, after 2, 3 minutes, hi, how are you? Happy, nice, is that, and then the problem starts. And one of the law Lord says that whatever you focus, whatever you share, whatever you talk, whatever you think, it grows. Suppose we talk about our problems, problems will grow. So Bhagavan says that you start renouncing that and focus on good things. Level number 3 of renunciation is renouncing the doership. How to do that? Always reminding myself that I am only an instrument. The only control what I have in this life is what I can think, what I can do. And I will only focus on that to get something what I want. That is success and happiness. Then Bhagavan took Sattva, Rajas, Tamas of Tyaga. Sattvic Tyaga is doing our duty joyously. But first of all, the whole challenge right now we are thinking is that I do not know my duty only. So for that I have to do Shravan. One question every day I must ask, even though I think that I know what is my duty at this age, in this role, in this relationship, and that can only be clear when I am clear about the goal of that relationship. My goal is moksha, but that is goal of life. But I am not clear about goals in life. So how will the role be clear? What is my role? So there are two goals, goals in life and goal of life. Goal of life, now we know, we have been studying Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad. Goal of life is moksha, liberation. But goals in life, there are many and there is confusion in it. And I have to do my duty joyously, dropping anxiety for result, doership, and like dislike. That is Sattvic Tyaga. Then Bhagavan took a detailed analysis of action, actor and action, then types of action. Then there are 3 possible results, reactions of actions. Then what is the impulse to the action? What is the cause of action? How action happens? And what are the constituents of the action? When all these 5 things come together, only action can happen. And in that you have to check in what is in my control, what is not in my control. And then right now we are seeing analysis of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas of 7 topics. So I must be clear how many topics are completed, how many are remaining, because this class happens Sunday to Sunday. So we have completed Sattva, Rajas, Tamas of Tyaga, renunciation. We have completed Sattva, Rajas, Tamas of knowledge, Jnanam. We have completed Sattva, Rajas, Tamas of action, Karma. We have completed Sattva, Rajas, Tamas of doer. We have completed Sattva, Rajas, Tamas of how many? Jnanam. And now we are on the topic of Buddhi. So 3 are remaining, Buddhi, Dhruti and Sukham. Very, very important distinction we saw last time between Jnanam and Buddhi. I may have knowledge, that is Jnanam, but I do not have intelligence, that is Buddhi, to apply it. I really get confused all the time about most of the things what I do in day-to-day life. What to cook, there itself the confusion starts. What to eat, what time to eat. Then what to exercise, what not to exercise, how much to speak, how much not to speak, how much to see, what to read, which class to go, which class to avoid. So there are a lot of examples what we can take. So we saw 2 aspects of Buddhi. This verse must be by-hearted because we have to sharpen the saw. Sharpening of the saw is constantly I have to sharpen my Buddhi. How to do that? Bhagavan has given 4 pointers. 2 we have covered, 2 today we will see. Pravrittincha nivrittincha karya karye bhaya bhaye bandham mokshancha ya vitti buddhi sa partha satviki. So I must sharpen my buddhi to make it sattvic. And how to do that? I must be clear about what to engage, and when to withdraw and how to withdraw. Everything we get into before marriage, we are not having family of spouse, children, and in-laws. Then we enter into it, engage into it, but we don't know when to and how to withdraw from it. We get into the job, we get into the business, and then when to withdraw, how to withdraw, not abandoning it, but how to withdraw. It is a 2 different thing. Pravrutti, nivrutti, that we saw last time. Withdrawal is I have to practice constantly because it is a domain of practice. I have to do it. I may do mistakes of withdrawal, but I have to practice how to withdraw from life also gracefully, how to age gracefully. So with age and experience, I must become better and better as a human being, not bitter and constantly talking about my body, because after 50, 60, suppose we actually record all discussion between senior citizens. Senior citizens means who are above 50, or vruddhastavat chintasakta, constantly talking about body. Something is happening to the body. I must drop it. Then constantly talking about some family challenges. I must drop it. Renounce it. And some worry about some future. What will happen? Vruddhastavat chintasakta. Bhagavan has already defined who is a vruddha. Vruddha can be at 35 age also. And there are some people who are at 60, 70, 80. But they are enjoying life. They can go on to restaurant, eat, and then enjoy nothing. So going on. So how to enjoy also is a practice which we will see when the Sukham Bhagavan is going to take. What is Sattvic Sukha, Rajasic Sukha, and Tamasic Sukha? We, especially spiritual aspirants, must know how to enjoy life. We can only enjoy life when we withdraw, when we are not attached. So with this background, we will see the remaining 2 parts. And the second part, what we saw last time was Karya Karya. Karya Karya means I must be clear what is my duty and what is not my duty. What I am supposed to do during the day and what I am not supposed to do during the day. And this is very, very important. Those people who are constantly thinking that they are very busy, they are very tired, they are always preoccupied. They basically are not focusing and sharpening the buddhi on this second aspect. I am actually thinking about something what is not my duty. Things will be taken care of. There are other people, there is universe, there is God. So, second aspect actually reduces lot of worries, tensions. And now we will see bhaya bhaya. What I must be fearful of in life and what I must be fearless of life, in life. So bhaya, abhaya. Bhaya means fear, abhaya means fearlessness. So I must be clear about, first of all, what is fear. Fear definition is what? Very, very important, very subtle definition. Perceived imaginary loss. I have to note down those who are listening today. In fear, there is some element of loss. If there is no element of loss, that is perceived imaginary loss. That is a fear. So I must be clear the distinction between what I must be fearful of in life and what I must not be fearful of in life. Very interestingly, Guruji says that what I should not be fearful, I am fearful. And what I should actually fear, I am not fearful about that. Then I must also have distinction about I must be fearful of action or the consequence of it. Arjun was not fearful of the action. He was not scared of the enemy. He was fearful of the consequence of this war and his future. What is the cause of fear and what is the cause of fearlessness? Cause of fear is raga, attachment, where Arjuna Vishada Yoga starts. The moment he says, my cousins I have to fight with, there the mama starts. So we had mentioned it many times in Hindi. परिवार में ममता जहर है, भोग में आसक्ति जहर है और ज्ञान में अहंकार जहर है. Jahar means poison. Especially those people who are reading lot of scriptural books, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, these texts, that text, constantly studying. One of the area which I have to be warning myself that I may not be aware also, I will create ahankar about jnana. That I have more jnana than others. I can do this better than others. This is, I have to be very, very careful, especially when we are listening to all these things. And when we are in the family, mamata, and in the bhoga, asakti. And what is the cause of fearlessness? Vairagya, that is what Lord is telling Arjun, that create vairag. Vairag means opposite of raga. You do everything, but don't have attachment towards result, like dislikes doership. When I am following a path of righteousness, pursuing noble cause with spiritual knowledge, you should not have any fear. When I take corporate training, I ask people, during the day, what kind of emotion do you have maximum time you feel inside? Most people say anxiety, nervousness, fear. One question is very important, that when I am working in organization, when I am working in family, when I am doing any action for any business, then I must be clear that if this action is benefiting the family, benefiting the organization, benefiting the business, benefiting the nation, I must not be scared of anybody in this life. If that action is benefiting me, there must be fear. So I must ask one question, which is very important, that whether my actions are benefiting the organization, then I must be ready to fight with the boss and his boss and CEO and the chairman and board of director also. Because my actions are not selfish, they are going to create benefit for the organization. So noble cause. If my actions are going to benefit the family, then I must fight for it. I must not let go. We must have fear of Nishiddha karma. So answer is given. I must not be having fear when I am following a righteous path, noble cause. Suppose in Chinmay Mission we say, okay, you go and ask 100 people donation for Chinmay Mission. No, 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 no. I am very scared. But when you are asking money for a noble cause, there must not be any fear or anxiety or nervousness. Why should I have fear if I am asking money for noble cause? And I must have fear of Nishiddha karma. What is Nishiddha karma? Nishiddha karma is something where there is loss of myself, loss of others, loss of relationship, loss of happiness, loss of health, loss of harmony. Example taken here is, Guruji gives one example, Sri Ramji displayed fearlessness with Ravan, but was concerned of consequences in Ayodhya about Sita ji when some people started talking about Sita ji and took a decision for overall good of Ayodhya, because first he was Raja and then he was Ram, husband. He was not scared of the people who were speaking about his wife. What were they speaking? You know, we have to read the Valmiki Ramayana carefully, what people spoke. One of the things what they were talking is that Ram's father also, Sri Ram's father Dasharath ji, who was so great, he also heard of his wife and then sent Sri Ram away. So in this generation, the husband listen to wives, whatever they do, whether it is right or wrong. And now she has stayed there and she's come back. So they were talking about certain things which he heard, and then this decision happened. And second thing also what I mentioned some time back is that when a woman is pregnant, she either mostly goes to her mother's place for delivery. So here Sitaji's wish was there earlier. She had expressed that I want to go and stay with Rishi. So for her delivery, she went in ashram instead of going to her mother's place, which most of us would agree, because many people still have that holding against Sri Ram, that when she was pregnant, she was sent. And actually that decision was of Sitaji only. Ram told, I am going to give up my Rajya. I don't want to become Raja. We both will go in the Vanvas and stay. Any of you have experience of 14 years. So, but as a Raja, he was not fearful, but for concerned. So a subtle point of fearlessness and fear. Fourth, very, very important point in life, what creates bondage and what creates moksha. Before that, what is bondage and what is liberation? See, for some people, getting married is happiness. For sannyasi, getting married is bondage. For some people, getting into job and business is enjoyable. For some sannyasis, doing job and business is bondage. So what are the causes of bondage and what are the causes of liberation? What will bind me more and more and what will liberate me more and more? I must be clear. What is the cause of bondage? Ignorance. What is that ignorance? To mistake the not self as self. From here, all the bondages start. Because my real nature is pure existence, consciousness, infinite bliss. But I am assuming, identifying that I am this body, I am this mind, I am this intellect. That is where the mistake starts. And then when that mistake happens, I become slave to my body, senses. For gratification, I have only Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. And the object of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha is the world. So my attachment becomes the world. I get attached to my mind, emotions. Arey, no, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling like... Who is interested in what you are feeling? You manage it. And what is moksha? Discarding our erroneous identity, abiding in our true swarup. This is the highest. But in day-to-day life, I must do something which is liberating, because one of the point all human beings, whether they are aware or not aware, wants, desires in life is freedom. Any limitation is equal to bondage or sorrow. A person suffering from poverty is having limitation of money. A person suffering from failure is having limitation of success. A person, most people who are after 60, 65 are little unhappy because their freedom of movement reduces. No, I cannot go alone now, get up and go to America, get up and go to Switzerland, get up and go to some other place, because I need all support. When I was 25, 30, I used to get up and go anywhere. So that limitation has come. So freedom is something very, very important aspect each human being desires, because our real nature is total freedom, infinite, boundless, no boundaries. So ignorance is the cause of bondage and knowledge is the cause of liberation. So we are studying Bhagavad Gita. Ignorance is dissolved by knowledge. And I realize my own real nature as this. The moment this ignorance is perceived, I start working on dissolving that ignorance. And how that ignorance leads, there is an ignorance cycle. Avidya leads to karta bhava. I am the doer. Karta leads to kama. Kama leads to karma. Karma leads to karma phala. And then karma phala leads to karma bandhana. In English, ignorance leads to doership. Doership leads to desire. Desire leads to action. Action leads to fruits of action. And fruits of action leads to bondage. Then I have insistence and resistance about what I am going to get. If I get what I want, I am happy. If I don't get what I want, I will be unhappy. And the list of whatever I am not going to get or what I am not getting is much bigger. So what is Sattvic understanding? Sattvic understanding, Sattvic buddhi is to sharpen by discriminating constantly between these four things to create kingdom of joy, success and prosperity. That is what Lord is saying. So you fight this war with this Sattvic buddhi, Lord is telling Arjun. What are the four things again? Very, very important in pravrutti, nivrutti. When to engage, when to withdraw. Karya. What is my duty, what is not my duty. Bhaya. What to be fearful, what I should not be fearful of. And fourth one, what is going to create bondage for me in life and what is going to create liberation from me in life. Liberation, freedom is equal to joy, happiness. Bondage is equal to slavery, sorrow, suffering, agitation, frustration, anger. Clarity about goals in life and goals of life and also the means to achieve creates happiness and success. So these are the buddhi aspect of distinguishing. We will see what is Rajasic buddhi. Buddhi sa partha rajasi. This buddhi is Rajasic. What kind of buddhi? Ayathavat. One who understands wrongly. Faulty understanding. After reading all Ramayana, I asked, no, but why Ram sent Sita ji? Why she had to go through that Agni Pariksha? That is, my understanding is not complete. Lack of clarity, confusion, doubt, pendulum movement, indecisiveness in life. That is Rajasic buddhi. I am not very clear what subject to take in college. And then I realized I took wrong subject. Actually, I wanted to become a singer, but I became chartered accountant. Then whom to marry, whether to marry or not, when to marry, how many children, where to stay, which job, which business, which path to follow in spirituality. There is always doubt and always there is regret that I could have done much better if I would have done this. So Bhagavad Gita is not a text to be studied only at the senior. Once I retire, it should be taught right from schools and colleges. Because these are all things which are our decision making criteria which comes. And many people have regrets at the age of 60. I could have lived my life this way. Suppose I would have taken that decision and done that or not done that. Why it happens? Because mostly it is colored by preconceived notions, strong like dislikes, faulty knowledge or no knowledge. Because who are my guides? My chacha, mama, auntie, uncle, mummy, daddy. So our guide must be scriptures. Not clear about adharma, dharma, righteousness and unrighteousness. What is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad. How can we decide? Very clear. No. But this all right, wrong, good, bad is subjective. No, it is not subjective. What creates harmony, peace, prosperity, feel good factor in all is dharma. Dharma means if I follow values, that is dharma. When the values go down, that is adharma. Yada yadai dharmasya means actually what goes down. No, adharma goes down. Adharma goes down means what actually goes down. What goes down are values in life go down. This is one beautiful distinction what Guruji gives. What is to be done, what is not to be done. Sadhan sadhya, what is my goal and what is my means. What is the goal of marriage? What is the goal of a job? What is the goal of business? What is the goal of life? I must be clear and all these four must be aligned. Again, I'll repeat, it must be aligned because this is our life. My life fluctuates between what? Family, job, family, business, family, job. So I must be clear about these four. And what is the means to achieve? Because for many people, the means becomes the goal. Suppose many times I ask, what is your purpose of getting married? No, no, companionship. Is that the means or is that the goal? Rajasic buddhi is still very interesting. Rajasic buddhi, Rajasic understanding, Rajasic application. Buddhi sa partha tamasi. This is tamasic buddhi. What? A person who thinks adharma as dharma is tamasic. Adharmam dharmamiti ya manyate. Perverted intellect in all aspects of life. There are some people I think everyone has met. Their thinking itself is perverted. They will not understand the essence. When we read Vedanta Sara, there is a definition of Shravan is given. Definition of Shravan is understanding the essence, understanding the source of what is being discussed on the topic. The same thing, suppose I work on, I will understand the essence of what the other person is talking. What is the essence of life? What is the essence of job? What is the essence of business, family, relationship, happiness? If I don't understand essence, that is still okay. But I understand opposite of it. My whole thinking becomes perverted. Why? Because like Duryodhan, he was thinking this is the dharma, though he was clear, understanding inside that this is adharma, but for him that became the dharma, and his all people who were surrounding him, Shakuni, then Karna, they were all supporting him, Dushasan and his father. When there was Bhishma Pitama, Drona, Krupacharya, definitely dharma they were knowing, but they were thinking, no, no, this is the right thing to do. Tamasa avritta, enveloped in darkness. No doubt also, no introspection on what one is doing. Why am I doing? Why am I living a life? Why I got married? Why I'm having children? Where to go? What to do? How to spend now the time in whatever time I have in life? Is it worth being so busy in life? Is it worth, as Guruji says, saying all the time, I don't have time for the timeless? What a tragedy. Tamasic understanding brings sorrow to everyone, including oneself. Why? Mostly lands on wrong conclusion. Their judgments about people go wrong. So how to know whether I am tamasic buddhi? My judgments will go wrong. Right from share market to people to job to family. About situations in life, I will not be able to perceive them correctly. Guruji gives some very interesting example. Teacher tells in the chemistry class, that's, that famous example we know. He brought one day whiskey and then put some worms in it and told, see what happens. The worms died. And then he asked the class, okay, what did you learn from this experiment? One boy, Tamasik Buddhi, got up and said, sir, I will tell. What? You have to drink whiskey every day to kill the worms of the stomach. So in my stomach, if there are bacteria, virus and worms, you drink whiskey. So this is tamasic buddhi. This is a very, simple example, but this is what we do, that we exactly understand the situation in a different way only. Bhagavad Katha going on. Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, we are going to see after entire Mahabharata, this is where some people say, oh, I understood. It is okay to kill your uncle. It is okay to kill your cousin. And what I have learned from Mahabharata, it is okay to kill your grandfather and your teacher and then achieve the throne. This is tamasic buddhi, perverted. I meet so many people, they ask this question only. Ulta question in life. Arjun also thought dharma is adharma. I will not fight. I will go to forest and meditate. That was not his dharma. So it is not very easy to understand what is my dharma and what is my adharma. Now we come to one very, very important point. We have covered tyaga, renunciation, knowledge, action, doer, and then buddhi. Now comes dhruti. Bhagavan has given lot of importance to this aspect. I know everything, my buddhi is sharpened, but one more aspect Bhagavan says you require to achieve happiness, success. Anything in life, whatever we want to achieve, we are not able to achieve because of dhruti. Because dhruti requires constant grinding, constant practice, sadhana. Like one person came into one village. He was the world champion of shooting. And then crowd gathered. And then he took the gun and then shot on the bullseye. Second, he didn't look there but shot on the bullseye. Then people clapped. And in that crowd, there was one person who was not clapping. He was saying, it's all practice. Another he shot without looking, one shot on the bullseye. It's all practice. People clapped. So this person who was a world shooter got little irritated. He told, you don't see the expertise. It's all it depends upon practice. So this world shooter asked him, what is your practice? You show me. So he told, I don't have any practice, but I am a oil merchant. I sell oil. So what is your practice? He told nothing. I'll show you what is my practice. You tell me whether you can do it. So he got one bottle with small opening. He took 2 cans of oil and in one shot together he poured the oil. Not even one drop went outside. All oil went inside that bottle. And this person told, yes, I cannot do what you are doing. I can shoot, but I cannot do this. So everything comes by practice. Whatever we practice, we become like that. So dhruti is what definition of dhruti? Holding on to the noble goal, striving consistently in spite of obstacles and difficulties. Right now, all of us say, yeah, I have a spiritual goal, but what is coming in between? No, but there is family obstacle, there is business obstacle, there is job obstacle, there is this obstacle. So I am not able to achieve my goal. What is my goal? Yeah, my goal is moksha because in writing I write. Whatever, whether in this goal in life or goal of life, perseverance is important. Consistently, suppose I do certain things, it has to give results. So Bhagavan has given elaborate one, very, very beautiful topic. Constancy in endeavor and consistency of purpose is the secret source of energy. What does it mean? Some people who are lack of energy, tiredness, not very clear, always dull, always boring, because purpose is not clear why they are doing. When the why is clear, how doesn't matter. When I exactly know why am I doing, then how doesn't matter. How so many obstacle comes, difficulties come, I will be okay. So, and the consistency of the same purpose. Otherwise, some people keep changing the goals only rather than changing the method. So life is very simple. I have to ask myself, what do I want? Once it is clear, then the only thing what is remaining in my hand for 99.9% is how can I get it? By doing it, by doing some action, by doing some effort. Obstacles are going to come, distractions are going to come, disturbances are going to come, but I want it. I don't keep changing the goals only. Why this is important? Because all these 12 years, Arjun had gone to various places to get Astra Shastra from Shivji, from Brahmaji, and he became quite skillful. But suddenly when he came into war, his purpose changed, his goal only changed. No, I don't want to fight. Remember, 12 years you have worked on it. And suddenly you say, no, I don't want it. So what is the secret source of energy? When I have clear purpose and consistency of efforts going on. Obstacles are going to come. There is no one single small thing where obstacles are not there. The higher the goal, more will be obstacles. Unwavering firmness, dhrutya yaya dharayate. It has to be done. I have to do constantly. I have to keep working on it. I have to keep practicing it through yoga. Yogena, dhrutya yaya dharayate. And what I have to do? Four things. Mana, prana, indriya, kriya. So I have to constantly channelize what? Four things. What? My mind, my prana. Prana is one of the aspects. Prana is bigger than breath, but breath. Then my kriya, my activities, and my mind. Mind, prana, senses, and actions. So what is dhriti? What is the kriya management? By regulating meaningless activity. When I manage this meaningless activity, what will happen? Dhriti will lead to conservation of energy. We are discussing four things. Then dhriti, by regulating the senses which get extroverted constantly, shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. Constantly I'm interested in what? Tasting something, seeing something, hearing something, touching, smelling. And this temptation happens, so I have to withdraw. I have to regulate that. And what will happen? Leading to stillness of the body. So in meditation, sometime during the day, I have to shut all the senses and sit still. Dhriti at the level of pranas. I must check when the pranas are shallow, fast. That's not suitable for a spiritual sadhak to take decisions. And then this will lead to concentration of the mind. So people actually do a lot of pranayam so that my concentration increases. Then dhriti at the level of mind, which get disturbed and distracted, it leading to quietening and silencing of the mind. So Bhagavan says, now you have done the tyaga, now you have the knowledge, you have created the buddhi, but dhriti will give you results. Mana, prana, indriya, kriya. Four things I have to employ and regulate. Finally, this dhriti leads to transcending of the mind in the self. This dhriti actually constantly I have to sit. When I sit day one in meditation, lot of problems, lot of challenges, but I have to keep on doing, keep on doing. A day will come where my body will be still, mind will be silent, and with that still body, silent mind, once I bring in this aspect of Brahman, Atma, and then that pole vault will happen, and the mind will dissolve in the self. So suppose I ask just now, I know all the process because I know 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, how to do meditation. But when I actually start practicing, I will understand that how difficult it is, that how long I am able to sit without movement, how much long my mind remains in silence, how I get distracted or not easily get disturbed. So this dhriti is the important aspect which Bhagavan has taken in the journey of sadhana, and then sukham will be coming. Sattvic dhriti takes us towards liberation, fearless bliss. So we will see what is the rajasic and tamasic. Very, very interesting is tamasic. Bhagavan has given lot of pointers in dhruti. So once my goal is very clear, so what is the homework? I have to write down what is my goal of life, goal in life. Once I write it down, I must ask how to get it. Full stop. What is the action, what I have to do? Only I will focus on those actions. I will not think of other things because Bhagavan has told, I have given only one adhikar to you, only one control in life. You just exercise that. If you take one action, I will take 100 actions for you. So dhruti is very, 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 very important in terms of perseverance, and especially in spiritual sadhana. Dhruti is very, very important because what we are actually having as a goal is Atindriya Vishaya, intangible, Atma Brahman, which is beyond senses, beyond mind. So for that, Shraddha and Dhruti are two important pillars on which a spiritual sadhak rides on. So I hope all of you are coming to Fine Arts today, those who are there in Mumbai close by for today 6 to 8 Chick Soul Song Night. And again, those who are keen, they can just come to see how Mundaka Upanishad happens in Sandipani Sadhanalaya. How earlier days Shishya used to go to ashram and sit and listen. You can just come even if you don't want to. Join also for 1 or 2 classes and see, which is starting today, 10:30 to 11:30, 1 hour. Those who cannot, they can attend online. I'm also planning to take a revision session of Mundaka Upanishad, means covering Mundaka Upanishad main points. Every Monday, mostly from next Monday, I will announce and send the flyer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.